On a planet far, far away, there lived a boy by the name of David Zinjon, who vlogged every Friday!
Hey everyone, welcome to Friday Film Talks with David. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to create a good script. Now, the first things first, you need to have an idea. If you don't have an idea, you don't have a script. So let me give you an example of an idea. Let's say I want to write a script about someone who walks down the street and meets a guy who's about to bully him, so to speak. That's the worst example, but just a brief. And the bully wants to mess with the kid, but then the kid fights back, you know, end of story. Really simple, short. Now, how you plan that? Well, what we used to do is we used to just say, want to film something? All right, let's go. We go to the film site, whatever we pick, normally a park at the time. We didn't used to expand as much as we do now, but we meet at the park, and right what we do, we start thinking, what do we want to do, or how should we film things? Because that's how we used to do. We never had a film idea at all. We just went there with all our gear. We had our thinking caps on, and we sit down and maybe waste an hour or two. Hell, we used to waste almost a half a day just to think about what do we want to film. So to give an example, we filmed a long time ago, around 2 years ago, we filmed A Fight for Redemption. It's a short little fight film with like our friends of ours, and that film was not pre-planned. That film was, friend Matt, he just said, you guys want to film something? All right, we met up, and it took us like maybe a good solid 2 hours just to figure out 4 or 5 simple lines and plot out the fighting and all, because our planning was not as good as now. So the reason to having a good script is you're prepared for the worst. So if you write down a script already, you got your characters down, you got your places where you want to film, days, you set up days for preset, like everything is prepared. That means you're set to have a decent film, because the script helps you organize what needs to be done, what you have already written, and you could look over with your crew. So you could have obviously the script writer, he hands the director the script, and the director would read it, maybe go over it, because we always have people going over our scripts non-stop. We have like a lot of people helping us, and we go through a process of seeing how the script is good. Sometimes maybe the lines are too long, or maybe improve the lines, improve the story, the narration. There's always improvement in our scripts. And for the scripts, you literally have a base to work with, because if you don't have a script, you literally have nothing to do, and you just keep on wasting time trying to figure out what you want to do. If once the script is done, you can work on the film. You got your actors, they read their scripts, they understand what's going on. Maybe you could do changes on set, because sometimes we don't really follow the script as well. We improvise our lines, because normally if our characters have a decent paragraph, we give them the freedom to either improvise, or if they can remember by heart, which is amazing if they could, let them do it by heart. But if they can't, they can improvise. We all improvise sometimes on scripts. We don't usually follow the rules. So that was the baseline of the scripts. Pretty self-explanatory. It's nothing too complicated. Literally, a script is like your to-do list, and you have everything prepared. So as long as you have a script, and I know I'm saying it countless times, but remember, if you do write a script, you will have a perfect film. Everything works out well once you have a script written, everything's prepared, you have everything you need to be done, you don't have to worry about nothing, you don't have to waste time thinking of ideas on the spot. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Film Talk Fridays with David, and I'll see you in the next episode.